Buying real estate in 2020 and 2021 would have been quite easy, really. In a year that's shaping up to have a lot of uncertainty in 2022, with banks coming out and saying interest rates are going up, decrease in prices, there's no house growth. Why am I exactly going out and positioning myself in 2022 with trying to purchase $5 million worth of real estate? In this video, I'm going to share my reasons, exactly why I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, and it'll definitely give you some insight into what I'm thinking will happen in the property market in 2022. If you're interested, keep watching. Hey guys, my name's Ravi and welcome back to Personal Finance with Ravi Sharma. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button because I talk about real estate, cryptocurrency, and financial freedom. Now in this video, before I jump in and explain to you why 5 million specific, is it going to be 4 million, is it going to be 6 million? I just thought I'd let you know that if you are after daily updates about real estate, about the economy and cryptocurrency, then definitely join the VIP Patreon group in the link in the description below. This is where I'm talking about things every day as we go into Christmas and early New Year. I'm definitely taking some time off YouTube as well as from the buyer's agency. So if you want to catch me, that will be the best place to get up-to-date information. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here and just go onto the iPad, show you exactly how I'm planning to buy $5 million worth of real estate and why. So let's jump in now. So as you can see here, $5 million worth of real estate in 2022. Why am I doing this? Well, I had a goal that I shared on the channel a while ago of having $10 million in terms of a portfolio by the age of 30. Now I turned 30 on July 29th, 2022. So I've got some time, depending on when you're watching this, hopefully we're a bit closer to the actual goal, but $10 million was the portfolio. Now this portfolio is not just with real estate, it includes cryptocurrency as well as trading cards. So again, with where the values are, especially with cryptocurrency, it's a bit unknown, but this is the plan so far. Now, the reason $10 million just stuck, apart from the fact that it was a rounded number, it's also that the passive income that I would generate from that portfolio also hits that target, which is about $250,000 to $300,000 a year. So again, I'm looking long-term here. This is not me buying property right now and earning 100K a year. No, it's about how do I get to financial freedom? How do I get there by the age of 45 to 50, earning $250,000 to $300,000? This is how I'd be going about it. Now, the other reason is real estate is in the traditional market. So it has a long-term history of good growth. This is something that I say to people is that as we do return back to reality, these numbers of 20%, 30% growth in real estate is going to calm down. We have to expect that it's not sustainable to have such high growth numbers. If I'm getting my 4 to 7% capital growth every year, plus the positive cash flow, I'm cheering. Now, the thing is, for me, as much as I know the growth of cryptocurrency is where a lot of the gain is going to be made over the next 5, 10, 15 years, I still believe in real estate. And that is why I urge people to really go get educated, not just about one asset class, but across into real estate, into ETFs, as well as crypto. Now, again, everything I talk about on the channel is not financial advice because you guys already know I don't have a fancy piece of paper behind me on the wall. So do your own due diligence, really understand what's right for your strategy. For me, I like a peace of mind of going to sleep at night and knowing that my portfolio is not going to be 30 or 40% lower than when I went to sleep. That's the world of cryptocurrency, but you'll also get some gains. Now, in order to actually go out and buy a significant amount of real estate, you need two things. You need to figure out how you can actually do this. So you're going to definitely need income and you also need equity and cash. So a combination of these two things allow you to keep moving forward in your portfolio. So over here with your income, it really comes down to, can the bank actually give you a loan? Can they allow you, in line with your servicing and borrowing capacity, can they give you a loan and can you keep moving forward with your portfolio? Over here, I've just listed some of the increases in income that I've received over the last 12 months and what I see happening over the next 6 months. And I've got here buyer's agency, I've got YouTube, Patreon, and obviously the rental growth as well. So again, if you purchase well, you're not just looking for capital growth, you're also looking for rental growth. Now, it may not sound like a lot where you're earning $10 extra or $15 extra on a property, but if you have 10 of those, that's an extra $150 a week that you're earning. If you then go ahead and you actually purchase well for your next lot of properties, then it just keeps adding up and it increases every single year as well. The other part to this is understanding that I need the equity and the cash, which is where I'm going to be having my portfolio in crypto being sold off. Now, I've said on this channel before that I will be expecting to sell 90 to 99% of my portfolio in crypto. Why? Well, I believe in the technology, but at the end of the day, where we are at, there's a heap of speculation. There is still regulation that needs to come into the space, and not a lot of people actually know what's going on. So for me, with the overvaluation of a lot of these projects, I'm just not confident having all of my money sit there. So I'm in, make my gains, come out and bring it all into real estate. I've explained this in numerous videos as well. You can definitely check out the playlist that I have on the channel. So we've addressed the income, which is through my business, and that's increasing, as well as the existing properties and the actual growth that I have in rents. Then I've got the equity and the cash, which is apart from my savings, which is not a lot to be honest at the moment, but I have the cash that I have as savings, as well as the equity that's growing in my portfolio already. So now if we would jump into the numbers and the maths of $5 million worth of property, what does that actually look like? Well, my aim is to actually buy that with a 12% deposit. Why 12% and not 10%? Well, 12% is like this golden ratio when it comes to LMI calculations. As soon as you put the extra 2%, you're sort of screwed because the premium does go quite high. So 12% I'm happy with. Now 12% deposit would equal $600,000. Sounds like a lot, and it really is. But a large portion of this 600 will come from the equity of the existing portfolio. Keep in mind, I actually bought at probably the worst time according to news articles, but was actually in fact the best time to buy, which was actually at the start of the virus and the lockdowns, around that sort of Feb, March time in 2020. So I've got a lot of growth in those properties already, so I just need to access $600,000 straight from there. In addition to that, I've got stamp duty. Now on here, I actually did it based on a 500K property. And the way I figured it out was 10 properties at 500K each. Well, each one will be $18,000 in stamp duty, and that would give me $180,000 in stamp duty payments. In addition to that, keeping in mind the 10 properties, $2,000 on average, pest and building as well as conveyancing has given me that $20,000 figure. Now I'm not too fussed about whether it's 2,000 and it's not 2,500 or 3,000. These are just big numbers. At the same time, I say 5 million, but if I end up at 4.2 million, I'm also not going to be crying. This is a significant step and really pushing my portfolio into the realm that I want it to. I'm not going to be concerned with, hey, trying to get to 5 million so I can make another YouTube video. It's just an idea that if I end up at 5 or 5.2 or 4.7, that doesn't really matter. I want you to take away the principles behind this, as well as at the end, I'm going to share what my thoughts are around the market and why I'm doing it this way. So the total amount that I would need is $800,000. Again, I can use the equity from the existing properties, but I've also got the cash, which again could come from something like crypto being sold off, okay? So a combination of that gives me the upfront payment that I need. So from a cash flow perspective, ideally, I would like, if the bank is willing to give it to me, an interest-only loan. I would ideally like that to be around that 2.8 to 3%. Let's see how that goes, but it allows me extra cash flow monthly. This is the big take from here. Yes, we're going to have properties that we're growing. The capital growth is amazing and the equity there for 12, 24, 36 months to reinvest. But what's more important here is that I'm allowed to now have extra cash flow. So my $5 million worth of property is going to go in and create more rental income. This rental income is going to allow me to DCA into buying more crypto during the bear market. So you can start seeing how I'm trying to build out this portfolio. I want to park my money in the traditional stuff, being property. And yes, there's media articles as well as some people coming out and saying, look, property prices might drop by 10, 15%. I'm okay with that because I'm in this for the long game. If I can weather that storm, at the end of the day, I need to be buying in the right area where supply and demand makes sense, the research makes sense, and not only from a capital growth perspective, but from a rental vacancy perspective too. If I have that, I've got the cash flow, which means I don't need to sell if the market moves by 10%. So I can hold the properties, earn the extra cash flow, go into crypto and build out my portfolio there. Overall, the $10 million portfolio is going to consist of the property plus the crypto and the cards. Now, when I say crypto and I'm selling 99% of it, that doesn't mean I'm selling and never coming back. It's to take those profits, and I've explained this in videos as well. You should definitely check out the playlist that I have on the channel about cryptocurrency Australia, as well as how to retire early in Australia. But the idea here is use the profits, go into real estate, and then use that money from real estate to come back into crypto during the bear market. I do also hold some NFTs, and the question there is, if these NFTs are good projects, I may be in the position where I just hold them long term and not actually have the intention to sell them. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at doing, and I'm not scared about these news articles coming out and saying interest rates are going up. At the end of the day, I can still today go and get a 5-year fixed rate interest only at like 3.5%, 3.3%, I believe, is what I looked at just before I jumped on. But that just tells me that we still have an opportunity here. And as much as people want to come out and say there's uncertainty, I'm not going to move, that's just what I've seen over the years of investing. I've seen some years there's been a bit of growth and then it follows by some cooling off of the market. But if you look at the long-term historical data, we head one way, we are going up, and we're heading in the right direction. So that's basically what my plans are. I'd love to know what your plans are when it comes to property. And we are discussing this sort of stuff in Patreon, but also if you want a free option, there is a Facebook group, a private Facebook group that I'll link in the description below. Join that, have a chat with the community as we are building it out together. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have enjoyed this, drop a like for the video and share it with someone who might also want to be buying property. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys.